It's Rugen. I don't feel great this morning, but I don't feel terrible, I guess, as far as my heart is concerned. Seems to be holding up fairly well. I got drunk last night. Well, hello, Zoe. Zoe loves it when I talk to the camera. It's cute. She's not going to walk over. I'm trying to figure out how to. I guess the most straightforward and succinct way to describe the problem is hello, Zoe. It now seems like I really am going to live through this heart failure. At least with a bare minimum of effort. I'd have to get Medicaid straightened out and get back on a program of seeing doctors and getting the medications I need. But I seem to be improving, and so I've been talking about, and then I even sort of started writing a new screenplay, which I've done probably 2 or 3 times visibly in these videos over the last 3 or 4 months. But same thing happened. Bought an acoustic guitar, replaced my guitar. I can't bring myself to make a video of me playing it because I don't. I think that God wants me to be dead, and failing that to suffer. And I don't think I'm doing God's will if I make music or write any more than if I try to have friends or loved ones. I think God wants me to be alone and to feel bad. Well, hello, Zoe. What's up, dude? The cats like me. Listen, you. What are we doing here, Miss Zoe? Huh? What are we doing? Yeah, I can't. I mean, there's an element to this that is depression. It's an emotionally damaged sense that could or should be something I can address through medications, maybe therapy. But the other side of it is I do believe these things. I don't believe it makes sense to want to be alive for anyone. And if there is an argument that it does, and of course there is, well, then I don't think it applies to me. I'll let Zoe out. I think God specifically hates me. And it's from evidence and from reason, not as some kind of emotional truth. I can give you references and make lists of examples of not just people hating me irrationally, above and beyond the call of any rational social interaction. But there's really good evidence for believing that God hates me. If it's a matter of luck, it goes against me. It's not as bad now as it was when I was in Tampa. There's a case to be made that I should be writing, and that my health recovering from this heart failure enough for me to function and work at all is is supposed to give me the chance to write more, make more music. But I sincerely wish I had never started. These were compulsive things. I wrote fiction, and I wrote criticism, and I wrote screenplays because that's what it seemed like I was designed to do from birth. And maybe before, it's how I'm built, is to do these things. I didn't have a choice. And I really regret that. I feel I should have treated it like a bad habit and just figured out a way to quit before I did any damage, like getting movies made for filmmakers who simply didn't deserve the opportunity afforded them by the excellence of my work as a writer. I don't believe that I deserve to have friends or family. And again, it's just me. I mean, it's not. There's a level on which I feel pretty negative about life in the world emotionally. Anyway, but past and above that, as a matter of reason and analysis, the facts that I see, the world where I live, I shouldn't have been born, and I shouldn't be alive now. And every interaction I have with anyone is an offense to God. And I don't know that there's a way I can get around this. I mean, there's, like I said, a level on which it causes me emotional problems. Even as I'm making this video, I need to eat something. And if I eat food and I enjoy it, I feel bad because I do not deserve to enjoy anything. And if there's an argument that I do, well, my wife and my daughters and my sister and my parents and almost every close friend I've ever had would agree I don't deserve to eat. And I certainly don't deserve to enjoy eating. I don't deserve to enjoy anything. So, I mean, yeah, I have friends. Like, I have old friends. I have real world friends, but they aren't here where I am in Lima. And so they're an abstract notion. I've had some live phone conversations recently. I guess it helps some. Conversations with my old friend Rhonda convinced me I should try to start writing again, by guitar. It's pointless. There's nothing I can do that will ever make me feel differently than I do now. If I do feel better emotionally, if I feel more like life is worth living, it's not going to come from anything except just waiting this out. Wait out a fever or the pain caused by a healing injury. At best, that's the. And I'm 53. There isn't time to heal from this. Nobody lives that long. So why would I write? Because I'm good at it. For a long time, just, for about 30 years now, I have only done what I think God wants me to do. And whether or not I'm delusional on the subject of God wanting me to do anything, I don't know. was a valuable delusion, I guess, when it was positive and productive, proactive. If it is now, I don't know where that is. I don't know how to access that. I just want to be dead all the time. I don't think anything good has ever come of me being alive. I shouldn't have ever been born. And that I am alive is so offensive to God that God cannot help but tease and torture me like a child mangling an insect. And I can't think of any other rational way to look at the world. Clearly, it's a good place for some of you. Clearly, life is rewarding for some. I just don't have any access to that, and I never will. It seems like I've enjoyed happiness and contentment only to the exact extent it was necessary to make sure I understood what I was missing, what I was being excluded from, what I am now and always will be shut out of. Human kindness, contact, comforts. I think I need to kill myself. And that's what God wants me to do. And I'm a coward for not doing it already. And it's making it impossible for me to do anything else constructive. I'm getting up and going to the restaurant, but with every day, every week that passes, it makes it more clear that my heart is very slowly but surely improving. It means this isn't going to kill me, this illness. That means I have to come up with another way to kill me. I'm ashamed of everything I am. And, like, it makes me sad sometimes, but what's more alarming or more limiting is that it doesn't always, like, I'm not, there are times when I'm not at all in any clinical or medical sense depressed. These thoughts about meaning and purpose or the lack of it, about being essentially a bad person in irreducible, unaddressable ways, these are not my positive thoughts and my positive moments. They also include these ideas. I don't have other ideas on the good days. I pretend a little bit. I mean, you have to. I'm literally not allowed to talk freely and openly about how much I hate life. I'm just not allowed. I'm not allowed to have these ideas. I almost got in a fight in a bar last night just saying I think life is bad. Because it's so great. Because life is so great. People want to punch you for pointing out that it sucks and it's shit. Always a good sign when a disagreement on a matter of opinion immediately turns to threats of fisticuffs. It's always yeah, you really made your point. I mean, I guess I can't blame them, except it seems like everyone else in the world is engaged in lying to each other and pretending that there's something tolerable about living in a world you got dragged into, covered with blood and screaming, and will depart in much the same condition. A prison and a punishment is putting it lightly, I think, for what the world is and what's wrong with it. It's like if the Matrix was Hellraiser, as far as I can tell. And I don't know why any of you put up with happy talk. I feel like there isn't any way to be genuinely positive that doesn't start with addressing how really awful the world is. But again, it's sort of two separate things. This is the philosophical basis for way I see the world. I worked backwards from facts. It's just, I mean, I don't know why other people do not see this clearly the way I see it. Me personally, being useless and wanting to be dead and not being able to see any even possible way around that. I don't know. I'm talking about it because I want solutions. And I can't imagine what they are. I can't imagine. I really feel like I have to kill myself, and I don't. I would like to be able to do it from a place of being understood. And knowing that at least some people out there agree with me about some of the things that matter to me. I have yet to meet someone with whom I have anything significant in common. And it's gotten to be a continuous, overwhelming nightmare that that's how I live. I don't think there is anything I can do about it but die, move along.